What's up? It is Kyle Whistle. I am here with my buddy Scott Solari from Real Synch. Scott's somebody I have known for a number of years now. We've known each other for probably 5-6 years now, huh?
At least 6, 7. Yeah. No, I think 2014, man, is when you signed up for Viral back in the day.
All right, cool. So yeah, we've been working together for a while. Scott was with a company called Viral Marketing, which is a killer company. We still use Viral Marketing today. Huge fans of that. You have since moved on to your newest venture, which is Real Synch. And you guys have come out with a lot of cool products, but I know you got something new that you're super pumped and super excited about.
Yeah.
And, like, my goal is I always want to share like whatever the stuff is that we're using within our company. I want to share it with my friends on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube and all that fun stuff. So I figured you told me you got something good. I said, cool, let's go live. Let's share it. And I'm going to let you just take it away, man, and just tell us a little bit about what you guys got going on.
Yeah. So, if anyone knows about our company, we do obviously integrations. So, we're doing custom integrations on our platform, right? And then we also have a Gmail extension that you could use. We're available in 5 different CRMs, which is a really cool tool. So Follow Up Boss, Boomtown, Firepoint, Sierra, and LionDesk. So something they check out as well. But a lot of times people come to me, dude, and I'm talking to them, and I'm like, man, like, we don't have an integration on our platform for you. Like, I can't help you. And like, that's been happening for like 6 months or more, maybe longer, since I've been working with Real Synch. And I was like, man, how do I help more real estate agents? Because I know that, like, 1, they need better and more integration. And 2, they need someone to help maintain those integrations, because a lot of times, like, you talk to real estate business, like, them going and hiring an IT person is like way down that's way down the totem pole for them as far as people they need to hire in order to run their business, right?
They'd rather hire like 10 buyers agents and 0 admins. That's what the normal real estate agent wants to do.
Right. And then even you get an admin that knows some stuff maybe about using Zapier or whatever, but like still it's not being maximized, right? Their integrations. So I was like, man, how do I help the real estate industry with some IT services, some custom, more custom integration? And what me and my partner did is we put together a service where literally, Kyle, we can connect any 2 applications. Any 2 applications in real estate, we can connect them. So people come to us all the time and like, what about Commission Sync? There's no like open API. What about KW Command? What about this, that, and other? And the answer now is yes. Yes, we can connect all of them. So what we do is we go off of our platform. So that has been the problem, is like, you come to Real Synch's platform and we have some great custom integrations, but we only have so many integrations, right? So if you don't have those applications, like, you can't use our platform, and it is what it is, right? So it's like, okay, well, we're going to go off of our platform. We're going to go use Zapier, PieSync, API Nation, some of these other tools that you may not have heard of that we can use from other industries and pull them into. And then also, using mail parsers, right? And then from there, we can manipulate those systems and tie them into like a webhook through our platform on Real Synch and create a custom integration. So our big thing for the longest time was like, build a custom integration for scale where people can come in, just click, and use it, right? This gives us the opportunity to work one-to-one with a client on something specific that they need. And I have, like I was telling you beforehand, we just developed this and we already have like 20 people that we're working with, right? And so I'm going to give you some examples, because I think it gets me so excited, because we fired up so we can work with so many people, right? But like, for instance, we're working with one client to mail parse like 15 different lead services, and just to get those leads to be automatically going into her CRM. Additionally, we're able to get tags or tasks on those new leads so that the agents are notified, right? So that's a custom thing that we're doing specifically for her. Another one is we've been getting a lot of people that are generating leads from Google local services lately. Right. So it's a new, like, big thing. Right. And so what we're able to do is either get that call data from Google Local Services directly into the CRM, or some people are adding in like, phone systems like Ring Central or whatever in between, because they're round robining the leads out to their agents. From there, we can pick up that data out of Ring Central then and get it directly into the CRM. So that's one thing that we're working on as well for a couple other clients. Obviously we can work with Salesforce. We have a project we're doing right now with that. We're working with someone right now to get data into KW Command. So I know that, a lot of your groups are EXP. But anyone that knows anything about KW, and they have heard about Command and how it's like mandatory, kind of like SkySlope is a little bit for EXP. It's kind of mandatory. You got to put data in there, which, if you're using Loop, it's like it's a second system now. You got to add data into SkySlope, right? We can build an integration between Loop and SkySlope. We can build an integration from your CRM into Command so you can get that data in there so you're getting paid. All this stuff is customizable. We're just doing it one-to-one now instead of building them out for scale. So that's the big difference from what we've done before, Kyle, and compared to now. It's like we're just going to go in based on your use case, what you need, and do a custom project for you.
And so the goal is to stop trying to make a product that works for everybody, because nothing's ever going to work for everybody, and just do them one-off based on somebody's particular needs.
Yeah.
And do it to where they don't have to, because you've talked to Chris from my team, who's amazing. And then I have my operations director, Shannon, who does an amazing job with this stuff too. And these guys are custom building Zaps, and they're mail parsing. And then they're using they're using Zapier, API Nation. They're using mailparser.io. They're using all these different things to make it happen. They're building these 30, 40, 50 step Zaps. It's insane. They built some amazing stuff, but you're talking, multi six figures for these people, right? That I've got that are building all this stuff. So the goal is to help somebody who doesn't have, people that are crazy talented to do this stuff for them. Is you guys are able to make it happen.
Yeah. So a lot of people use Zaps at a very basic level, right? But what you're talking about, what Chris does and Shannon does, is extreme, and you need to know what you're doing. And so my business partner, Mac, is, he's like Gandalf in the background, man. He's like this wizard, right? And so that's what he's doing. He's going in there and customizing the Zaps and custom coding them into our platform to do all this magic, right? So we can connect anything. And people just, a lot of businesses out there aren't in the position that you're in where they can afford to hire someone like Chris or Shannon. But they need IT services. They need someone to monitor these integrations after they're built, and maintain them and make little updates. And so that's what we're offering too. So not only are we offering this customization for specific teams, but we're also going to maintain and service them, giving them reports every month, talking to them, making fixes or making little tweaks or customizations for them throughout the month. That way they can, again, delegate this off of their plate, not spend a fortune having to hire a six-figure employee, because that's what you would need to do to have someone that amazing. And, you get it for a fraction of the cost, right? So, and then you still have someone taking care of you, and you can get back to selling, man, Right.
And the thing is, it's becoming more and more important now, because you're working with Flex from Zillow and OpCity from Realtor.com and HomeLight, and you're working with all these companies. Yeah. And trying to take all these lead sources, and they all have these cadences of the frequency they want updates and all the things. It's really a lot to handle. It's a lot to manage. And then you end up doing double entry, triple entry, quadruple entries and stuff. It's insane. So when you actually can start building out some of these automations, it's just a massive time saver. Even though something might save a minute here, a minute there, a minute here, a minute there, over the course of a year, you're talking that's hours, if not days of a year that you're spending doing double entry or copying and pasting. It's insane what people do. Yeah. But I think a lot of people are intimidated. You talk about APIs and webhooks and all that stuff. That's most people, that's just clear over their head. So I think it's smart that you guys are kind of coming in and just custom doing it for people. And you're understanding too, that everybody's tech stack's different. There's no two people who have the identical tech stack. No, everybody's tech stack is very, very different and unique.
Yeah. And it was one of those things that like, it was almost like a light bulb went off. You know, you have those moments and it was like, man, like this wasn't fabricated out of nothing. It was based off of all these calls that I've had with teams and being like, man, I can't help you right now. I wish I could. I can't help you right now. And it's like, now we can, right? And when you do hire us as a fractional IT cost, depending on your team size or whatever, we include unlimited integrations on our platform if they make sense for you as well. So you can still use our platform if you need, if we have integrations that service your needs. So those are just included, but then also you get the service support as an IT company, right? Okay. And so, yeah, it's thrilling to be able to do this for people, right? And like you said, it's like if you want it done right, it gets complicated, bottom line, and it's overwhelming. And then you stick to what you know, which is hiring a virtual assistant to do data entry or a lot of them, and the labor costs you have, and God, I love virtual assistants, right? Or any employee, right? But bottom line is, what a waste of money and time having them do data entry and the amount of errors and mistakes, and it's just bad business doing it that way, right? And this allows you to do something about it.
I love it.
Specific and so for you.
Yeah. Like, how does the process work then? If somebody wants to get all dialed in, do you guys start with like a consultation and figure out what they do, what they want to do, and then help show them what's possible? Because I would imagine there's a lot of people who don't know what they don't know. Like, they don't even know what's possible. So like, how does it work?
So I actually use this application called Miro. Have you heard of that?
I have not.
So it's called a Miro board, and it basically allows you to like create a spider web of like you can draw out a web, right? Or I do it on paper. But yeah, I do a consult, figure out their tech stack and like what direction things need to go, right? And then we do it in phases too. Like if it's something super complicated, it's like, all right, let's just start with this phase of getting this data over to here, do that first, and then we'll take it to the next step, and then we'll piece it together. But we try not to do something so overwhelming. It's so big that it's like, you almost get scared, right? It's like, oh my God, this project's too big. It's going to be so expensive. We start with just phases of things. But yeah, it starts with the consult and just kind of figuring out like where your pain points are. Where are you doing double data entry? That's such a great question to ask yourself, or to ask people on your team or your admin. Where are we doing double data entry? That's a great place to start, because that's probably a place where you need to build a bridge and build automation, right? So to start identifying like where you can use integration and automation, a lot of times people don't know where to start. They don't even know if they need it or not, right? And so those are some of the questions obviously I'd ask when I'm on a consult. But then from there, we would go over what the cost was. Most of these projects are $500 to $1,000, which really isn't that much money when you're thinking about what can get built for you. Now, obviously, if it's a much more elaborate, we would go over custom pricing, of course. But everyone that I was talking about that I've been working with are falling into that, right around that $1,000 to $500 to $1,000 range, right? Which to get like 2 to 4 integrations done for that price, pretty sweet. And then monthly service ranges from $250 up to $1,000 for the IT service, just depending on how big your team is, right? If you got a huge team of 100 people, like there's a lot more chance for things getting messed up. So we're going to have a lot more support involved with that type of team size, right? Nice. So yeah, it just starts with a phone call, which is great. So we can customize and go over exactly what you need in your business to make things more efficient and effective, so that, again, at the end of the day, man, it's all about productivity and profitability, right?
Exactly.
So yeah.
I love it, man. Well, yeah, if you're watching this, if it's something you want to get into, I know there are a lot of people out there that want to have all their stuff connected, but they don't even know where to begin. They see some of the stuff we're doing. Like, can you just do it for me? Like, no, I can't do it for you. Can you teach me how to do it? Hell no. Yeah. Can I teach you how to do it? No. There's so much trial and error that we put into like doing these things. And when you set up some of these apps that, like it parses from an email and then it goes into Zapier, and then it pushes, and then it has to like wait for a certain period of time for something to be updated. And then it goes back and checks, and then when pulls info and pushes info, like the stuff we built is crazy. And you could go and you could try to find somebody to like be your tech person who's going to set all this stuff up, or you guys just call Scott, right? You guys, I have the site scrolling across the bottom of the screen, realsynch.com/etc-setup-info. You can go there. It'll show you some of the stuff they can connect. I would just reach out to these guys. Like if you're trying to get your tech stack connected, I would hit these guys up.
Yeah,
because
and it's like
it cause a lot of brain damage if you're trying to do this stuff yourself, and it's probably not the highest and best use of your time. Like if you're a realtor, you should value your time at a minimum of $100 an hour. Like that, you got to just set that bar for yourself. So how long would it take you to build some of these apps? Like I bet you it takes Mac hours to build these things, and he's done this hundreds and hundreds of times. Like if you've never done this before, it's going to take you days to build these things. And at the salary, right, at $100 an hour, you're going to cost yourself thousands and thousands, and it's going to take you a whole lot longer, and it's going to frustrate the heck out of you. So I'd hit these guys up. Check it out. realsynch.com/etc-setup-info. Hit Scott up. Find him on Facebook. Find him on Instagram. Hit him up. I know he would love to help get you dialed in. Anything else before we wrap, dude?
No, dude. I was just gonna say, like, stick to what you're good at. I mean, Kyle, you navigated into being this like expert at doing video content, right? And I remember where you started, but like that's what you've been amazing at, and like now you teach it. And you teach people, like, because it's something you love and you're passionate about. Like, don't fuck around with shit you don't want to mess around with. Excuse my French. You know what I mean? Like, just hire someone for a fractional cost and let them do it. Do what you're good at. Do what you're passionate at in your real estate business, and hire other people to do this stuff for you.
Yeah, stay in your lane.
That
would be the advice. Stay in your lane. Leave the rest to the experts. Life will be good. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you helping on.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Later.